Dex, you need to get on some dark roast.
Go for it.
Dex, you need some dark roast, bro, in your life.
Actually, as soon as we're done, I'm gonna go get me a cup of coffee. You
Starbucks
hit
or
nah homemade, man. You know the little things that come in the little cup and you put them in the
yeah,
little
man,
coffee
the
maker.
Keurig, bro, K-cup. Dude, I got my Starbucks Pikes Peak dark roast K-cup in my Darth Vader mug.
Oh, okay,
I'm
that's
ready
what's
to
up.
rock, dog. Dude, I'm ready to. Oh, dude, we're live.
Oh, we are.
Yeah, we're
Oops,
live.
oops.
Well, everyone, it's another day here. I guess I didn't hear CJ, but it's all good. Hey, welcome back. It's Trading Terrordome. I'm V, the ape, joined by Dex, the Algocapitalist, and we are back on another episode of the Trading Terrordome where we break down the news, the views, and all the market news. And talk about market news, man. Where do you want to begin? This thing is pretty sad, if you ask me.
Yeah, it's been kind of quiet overall,
Yeah.
with the exception of Bitcoin.
Oh
Bitcoin
man,
is
testing 3,000, brother.
what can we
Testing,
say?
testing 3,000, brother. Like it's
Yeah, man.
Bitcoin is like
Um,
a rabid dog in heat.
I mean, look,
That don't even
either
make.
you are a participator or you're a spectator, right? I
Yep.
mean,
Hey man,
is this the
play a hate or play a participate. That's it.
did you go? Now, I will say, it did look like it was gonna, start to correct, but then it head faked and said, "No, I'm not ready to do that yet."
Yep,
And
exactly.
here we are flirting with Bitcoin 3,000. I mean, that's some harsh stuff. And by the way, you had a guy on your show that's been calling for gold 1,300, and here we are
We're at gold
at
1,300.
1298.80.
Secret Blue. Who is that man?
Yeah, I mean, hey, what can I say?
Is he the man that talks and has the Bull of Wall Street as his icon? Could it be him?
Yeah, right. Oh,
Maybe, maybe.
by the way, someone
Hmm.
just said in your chat, it says you guys on Steam it. I meant to tell you guys I got my approval. I'm now
Yay! Dex is
officially,
joining the 21st century. I'm happy for you, buddy.
yay!
You can do it. You can do it, buddy.
Now, if I can just use it correctly, if I even have time.
Ask CJ. CJ's the man. CJ's
Oh,
like a technical. What do you think I call him? The master of the flux capacitor, bro.
I like that. I like that a lot.
He is the
Oh,
master. I mean, literally. I mean, I can't be doing these broadcasts without my man. That's how vital he is to this team.
and I need to. One of your peoples hit me up, and I was out and about, so I need to hit him back. I just want to let you know. So if he mentions it, I'm not dissing him. I've been crazy. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Yeah. So
Where do you want to begin, man? Where do you want to begin? You want to start at cryptos? Let's start at cryptos then.
yeah, man, it's all about. It's look. Is there anything else to talk about
No, there
other than
really isn't.
cryptos? It really
Ain't nothing
is.
else to talk about.
Is
We're
about the
crypto
cryptos.
crazy. We're crypto crazy. Now you're able to trade cryptos on your trading academy, right?
Yeah. What I did was one of the people in the room actually found a source because I've been on your show begging people for
Yep.
sources, and he hooked me up with a source. So not only am I able to get the Ethereum on there, and also the Bitcoin. So we're doing it. Ethereum's been in the pulse waves, and so has the Bitcoin. So we're good to go now.
That's
I
what's
love
up,
it. I
man.
love it. I love it. So
That's what's up.
yes,
So if you want to trade cryptos, learn how to trade. I mean, I got a buddy of mine who made like 3K in a matter of a day trading cryptos, watching the fluctuations going up and down. Man, I mean, the opportunities are out there. Hey, Dex, I got a, like a almost like a testimony here, bro.
go for it.
Check this out. So I talked to this woman
Hmm.
who scheduled a call with me, who needed to get funding because she needed to get her credit fixed and get her funding. We're gonna get her like a couple $100,000, maybe 500, 600,000. I don't know yet.
Right.
So she's like, listen, I love your program. I love what you guys do at Rogue Money. My favorite show is the Trading Terrordome. I'm like, really? He goes, yeah. She's like, I love Dex and I love you. You guys are like the best. I'm like, okay. I'm like, do you know what you guys have done for me? I was like, no, I have no clue. Tell me. And she's like, well, my husband's been laid off. He lost his job 8 months ago. And me as a mom with 3 kids, I went ahead and I started to, inspired by you guys, I started to learn how to trade. Instead of taking a part-time job, I was trading, and that helped me pay my bills and cover all the expenses for the family while my husband's out working. I mean, think about that, dog.
Wow. That's incredible.
We are changing lives. This is what I'm saying. Learn how to trade. It's better than working the perfume aisle at Macy's. I'm telling you.
Wow. That is some good news right there. That's what I'm talking about. People who listen
They take the
and
initiative. They don't sit there with the I'm smarter than you attitude and be like, yeah, these guys, they're like talking crap. What the hell are you talking about? They don't understand what's going on. Instead
exactly.
of doing that, they actually like, okay, you know what? I want to take the initiative. You know, that makes sense. Let me see if I can do it. You know, this is a an average everyday person.
Yep.
Yeah, and learning how to trade. It's not rocket science, man. And Dex's Trading Academy is right there, teaching you the pulse wave trends, teaching you the ins and outs. It is awesome. You know.
See, that's what I'm talking about, man. See, that's some awesome stuff right there because to me, the situation needs to um we need to really have more of this so that people can see that um this is not a joke, that this is not a game, and that life is getting very real. I mean, already you have countries that are already getting geared up so that they can transfer
Yeah.
their country's currency into crypto format.
Russia.
How many times have we talked about this in the last couple of months?
Yeah, for real.
You know what
Many
I'm
times,
saying?
man. Many times.
So
Many
I
times.
just I just don't understand why people don't understand this.
Right.
So it is what it is, and I, I'm just gonna keep shouting it from the rooftops. If no one listens, then they don't listen. But in the meantime, you have no one else to blame when you are missing out on what's going on.
Right.
Because I tell you what, your government isn't missing out. Your government is scrambling here to figure out what's going on so they can get their own blockchain technology going so that they can control and bring in the next phase of the attack.
Yep.
And either you're going to be a part of this situation or you're not. And that's all I got to say on the matter. So do like this young lady did. Take your finances into your own hands. Come on over to postwavetrading.com and learn how to trade these markets so you can have an extra line of income generated for you and your family because you don't know if you're going to be laid off. And for those who are on fixed income, retirement income, whatever, you're going to have to find alternative means to generate income. So anyone under the sound of my voice, you are in need of generating extra income, no matter what your income limit is right now. And that's what we've been telling you here on the show. So it is what it is. Um, Now, I want to share something else with you guys. Since we're on this whole thing with learning about the markets and things of that nature,
Hmm.
most of you guys are stackers. You stack your gold and your silver. You've been doing it for a long time, which is great. But you need to be able to be nimble and quick. So when the banks come in and smash down the gold price without warning, you're not here saying, oh no, I need money now, I have to dump my physicals. You need to learn what it means to be long the paper so that you don't ever have to be forced or put in a situation where you have to liquidate your physical holdings. No matter how much Bitcoin you are making, you need to put some of that profit back into your stacking. Always be stacking. All right. That's what this is about.
ABS. Always
That's right.
be stacking.
ABS. Always be stacking.
I love
And
that.
in addition to that, you don't have a choice. You live in a new world now. You have to participate in these paper markets, these crypto markets. I'm gonna start calling it crypto so it can sink in your head because that's where we're going. All right, the dollar is getting a transformation, is getting a facelift. It's turning into a cryptocurrency, just like other currencies around the world. All right. Now,
Yeah.
with that being said, you ready for this? Here's the boom bam explosion. This is one of the reasons why the dollar isn't going anywhere. Bum. The dollar's going nowhere. The dollar's not crashing. It's not collapsing. It's doing nothing. It's turning into a beautiful butterfly under the
A
auspices
beautiful
of
butterfly.
a beautiful butterfly under
Wow.
the auspices of the blockchain.
Yes,
It's
it is.
becoming a cryptocurrency. It's getting stronger, not
What?
weaker.
What are you talking?
So, with that being said, what you should be asking yourselves is since they're snagging up all the jobs and leaving you with dead end jobs, if you can even find those, how are you going to be able to continue to afford your iPods? Because they come out with new iPods seems like every month. How are you going to be
Hey,
able to afford it?
speaking of new iPods, Apple's released the new iPad Pro 10.5. It's just like the iPad Pro 12.9 and the iPad Pro 9.7. It's just the screen that goes in between.
Yes. So this is the new world, all right, that we're living in. Everything's going to be blockchain. Everything is going to be crypto as far as the monetary system goes. That's why they've been pushing this whole global, minimum income standard for everyone in the population over the age of 18. And you'd be like, how can they afford that? How can we do this? It's simple. I guess what people don't really understand because they never really operated under this is that technically speaking, you don't even need money to make an economy function. You don't. If people used to trade with sticks, what doesn't that tell you something? So this can go on forever. All right. So here we go. I told you last time that we were on the show I spoke to you in some market financial parables. Now I'm going to break down those parables and give you what it all means. All right, here we go. Do you recall back in, well, you guys don't recall, so let me
I like that song. Do you recall?
let me just spit this out here. All right. Before some of you were born, there was a big debate on Capitol Hill about airline safety.
Yes.
And there was a gentleman that came on and was warning the US that we needed to become more like Tel Aviv and other places overseas, and we needed to start taking security more seriously. And they were told to us that if we don't, that within around a decade's time, that we would be facing the same type of terrorism that they were experiencing. Of course, the US laughed and said, "We are invincible and nothing like this will ever happen," and basically get out of here. Well, guess what? It happened. It happened on September the 11th, 2001.
Hmm.
All right? And now they're not laughing anymore. So, what I'm saying to you is things tend to change overnight. All right. September the 10th, everything was going by the way that everyone usually goes about things. And then by September the 12th, the world had changed. All right. So Yet a 24-hour period, everything changed. All right. Oh, it would take forever. It would take decades for thus and so to happen. No, no, no. The Patriot Act was written well in advance and was presented with us thousands of pages as the solution to the problem. And that is the same rate that we're going now. I was the only one on YouTube, period, hands down, that was warning people about the rising threat of cyberism. And sure enough, I warned everyone and said something's coming. It came, and now those same people aren't laughing anymore. Well, I warned again when I said, you know what? As long as ticker symbol HCK stays above $30 a share, the world is in jeopardy. The world is in trouble. Nobody else was talking about ticker symbol HACK. They weren't even talking about it on the financial news outlets. Not CNBC, not Bloomberg, not MSNBC, not CNN. No one was talking about ticker symbol HACK. I was the only one sounding the alarm.
Yeah, and you're right again and again.
So now, where does this leave us? Now I'm trying to warn everyone that there's another alarm that is sounding and sounding very loudly, and people are not paying attention. And the alarm is Bitcoin. All right. I'm going to have to say this without sounding contradictory, which is probably going to be impossible. So I'm just going to have to put it out there. The rising situation with the cryptos, the higher the crypto goes, the closer we get to such a frightening global event that is going to make the hair stand up on the back of your neck.
Can you break that down for us, Dex? What do you
Yes. Okay. Remember, the powers that be are the ones that control the narrative. Remember the old saying, he who has the gold makes the rules?
I like to call them the powers that were.
So he who has the standing armies makes the rule. The U.S. has a frightening army, a frightening arsenal of bombs that go boom in the night. Therefore, the closer, if you want to know when something's about to happen, keep watching ticker symbol HACK and Bitcoin. The higher they go, the
How
closer
high
we're
will it go?
getting to an enormous event. And with this enormous event, guess what they're going to do? They're going to throw out controls to restrict internet access. It's already been on the table, and they already have the wherewithal to make it happen. And Time Warner and Comcast and all your major providers have already met on Capitol Hill with the president, and they're already prepared to take it to DEFCON level 1. The cyber thing is only the beginning. They are planning to bring down some major things that are going to scare people to death, especially when they realize that, oh no, my debit card isn't working. What's going on? Why is the bank closed? Why is there no sign on the door? Why is there nothing? It just doesn't look right. I'm just saying, be prepared for a frightening event because they know they need one now. They need something because they're losing. The news media has been exposed as a puppet for the shadow government. And we know that they're fake news now. The same media, just so you guys know, they watch and listen to us. All right.
They don't listen
And
to me.
and then
They don't
I mean,
like me.
yeah, they don't like us, but they still steal from us. They steal our steelo,
I
and
like
then they
that.
talk about it. Do you not think? I mean, where do you think they got the whole idea to talk about Bitcoin and to talk about hack? Hack is not a widely held tradable thing. It's really illiquid if you want to break it down for
Mm-hmm.
stocks. It's a pretty illiquid. But now all of a sudden, everybody and their mother's talking about it because I talked about it. And then they saw that I was right, and so they said, "Oh, let's deal with this," but not give credit to where credit is due. They want to be the ones to say, "See, we told you about this first." So everyone was laughing about what's been going on um, with the whole currency wars and things of that nature, and now all of a sudden they want to talk about it. And it's not a mistake that you see the Bitcoin hitting these numbers. These numbers are, you know, preposterous. But you have to ask yourself a question: how is it do? How is this happening? Nothing really catastrophic in the world has happened yet. You want to know why? Because I exposed some weeks ago, and I did it first in the trading room, in the Black Ops trading room. I exposed the key players that have been entering into the cryptocurrency space. Large institutions have been coming in and putting a lot of money to work. And behind the scenes, they've been building infrastructure so that when the Fed rolls out their new blockchain technology to compete with the already existing blockchain technology, everything will be in place. Now, I did warn that when I did my video series, There Is No Collapse, and I exposed how all the major exchanges, everything from the COMEX to the New York Stock Exchange, was behind the scenes building some wild, crazy infrastructure. And in the beginning, when they started doing it, I wasn't sure where it was going to lead, but I knew the project was bigger than what most people were exposed to, and they were hiding things. 'Cause I knew it didn't take that many programmers to put in, to lay and workers to lay fiber optics so people could have high speed lines directly to the exchange. I knew that it was more than that. All right. And then when the cat was out the bag that they were dealing in blockchain, nobody wanted to believe me. Nobody wanted to believe me. Well, guess what? It is now public knowledge. You can go on their websites and you will see everybody from the Chicago Mercantile Exchange to your New York Stock Exchange has been building out infrastructure for this blockchain.
I don't believe it.
So now you need to know, where do we go from here? See, here in the DMV where I am, back in, I want to say 2007, Verizon embarked upon a $1 billion project. This $1 billion project was to lay fiber optic cables all throughout the DMV. All right. And they were like, we're bringing this FiOS. We're going to compete and step all over Comcast and step all over, DirecTV and all of those guys. We're going to step all over them, and we're going to take over. We're going to rule the world. Well, guess what? It didn't go well. It didn't go over so well. No, it didn't go over so well. But then, have you been? I don't know if you guys have been paying attention in your neck of the woods. But have you seen the guys with the vests and the hard hats laying orange tubes? Have you been seeing that? And have you
No.
noticed that these tubes are a little bit different than the normal tubes and fiber optic cable tubes that they've been laying? Has anyone been paying attention to that?
I got it in my neighborhood, Dex.
Okay.
Is that
So,
the new whatchamacallit? What is that thing? It's like their new giga cables. You can do a gigabyte upload, gigabyte download.
No, 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 no.
Then what is it?
This is part of the government's blockchain technology. Like I
What?
remember I told you, it's
What are your
going to
thoughts?
control more than money. It's going to control the new electronic system that they're bringing aboard. This thing is going to be stupendously amazing and huge. It's not just about giving you faster internet and all this other stuff. No, they're laying out. It branches out. Imagine what we have now, the blockchain technology. Look, broaden your horizons. Take it out. Get out the box of what the original purpose for it is now, and look at the technology, and then look at its possible military applications. And then I want you to bring it inward and look at its control applications. You understand what I'm saying? You see where I'm going? Why do you think the NSA has been in the news so much too? You never heard the NSA in the news before like that. They were in the background. Now they're in the foreground because now they don't care that you know that they exist, and they don't care that you know that they listen to all your conversations and read all your emails. They don't care that you watched Enemy of the State. They don't care about any of that stuff. All right? They exposed it. They had to tell you what they were already doing so that you could be prepared for the future when they roll it out across the board. They also didn't tell you that for the most part it's already here, but what is it? Interpol, you know what I'm talking about? And
Interpol, man.
Interpol and all the,
Interpol.
yeah, they're already bridging all the technologies and state and local government so that you're not going to be able to go anywhere. Let's say like you were running from, the FBI or something, and you were able to jump into the ocean and swim from New York City to France. As soon as you get out of the
Why
water,
would I want to go to France? I don't want to get raped.
and as soon as you get out of the water, they got
Walker,
you.
like a walker.
They know where you are. As soon as you get out that water.
Oh,
And you be
water.
like, how in the world did they know this? Because remember, everything about you is connected to the electronic grid. So they know where you are with this GPS capabilities at all times. Not just know about where you are, but literally know where you are and literally be able to see you in real time. Like you were playing around with, Google Apps or something, Google Maps. So this stuff is all connected, all of it. And the higher we go in the Bitcoin, the closer we are to them rolling it out. The only thing that is a little bit uncertain is what event or chain of events are they going to use to conveniently make everybody beg for it. And it's coming. So whether you want to get in Bitcoin or not, you're not going to have a choice. You're going to be part of it whether you like it or not. It's just the nature of the beast. So I see cryptos going a lot higher. Don't know exactly how high it's going to go, but it is. It is parabolic right now. Both Bitcoin and Ethereum are parabolic. The interesting thing, though, is what are we going to do in the meantime with the gold and the silver? It is unclear how much more money they need to raise with the gold and the silver. They haven't smashed it in a long time now. So we're long overdue for them to smash it. If they leave it alone and let it do what it's going to do, gold and silver have the potential to catch Bitcoin in anywhere from 3 to 6 months if they leave it alone and they don't smash it. And that's
They
real
always
talk.
need to smash.
Well, I don't know
They always
because
smash like the Hulk, my friend. I'm being very silly today. I apologize, bro.
no, it's all good. I think because hold on for a second,
What happened?
yeah, hold on.
NSA's knocking at his door right now.
That's what it is. He's done. I told him to be careful.
It's amazing how far out in advance that movie was with the who was in it, the
Will Smith.
Will Smith with the whole NSA and how they could track you and their pinpoint. I mean, that, Hollywood always produces those movies that are kind of the tall tale of what's coming in the future.
Oh yeah, dude, totally, 1,000%, 1,000%, no doubt about that. Let's see what he has. I mean, Dex is doing his thing. I'm just having one of those busy days, Siege. I'm telling you, it's been a crazy, crazy day. Market has been pretty quiet, like what Dex said. I think he's been caught. I hear a scuffle in the back. Do you hear that scuffle?
I do.
I think he's being arrested as we speak.
I'll start
I
looking.
hear screams.
Okay, I'm back.
Oh, you're back. I was hearing screams, man. I thought they got you, bro.
Nah,
then I realized, wait a minute. If they got him,
computers.
I'm like, if they got him, that means I'm next.
Yeah, no, right? Another thing too, I wanted to point out to you guys, and I thought this was odd. Now, I have been exposing the government's interference in the financial markets for quite a while now. I've done everything from showing people live in real time, the weirdness and the order flow and price action. I've done documentary series on price action, and I've even exposed the breakdown of market correlations and how, technically speaking, is not supposed to happen, because given their own examples and definitions of certain market theories, they have been contradicting themselves now for years. Well, today, in case you missed it on CNBC Live, they were having a friendly debate about what's been happening with yields, what's been happening with interest rates, and what's been happening with the stock market, and why is it so high, and where are we going, and blah, 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 right? Do you know they had the nerve to say what I've been saying all along? They were trying to justify the reason why bonds and stocks are rallying. He made absolutely no sense. Everyone knows, and this goes back to pre 9/11, before the Fed took over the markets. You could set your watch to it. If stocks were up, bond prices were down. It's just that simple. People are dumping the bonds, putting money to work in the equities. Set your clock by it. If the stock market was down, then the bonds would be up, because flight to quality, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
People are afraid of inflation, anything like that. There's a problem with the dollar, gold jumps through the roof, right? Those market forces have broken down and been that way for a long time now. And now you see the opposite. You see everything rising and falling together at the same time. It's not supposed to be that way. That's supposed to be impossible. That's like saying, it's like a woman saying, I'm a little bit pregnant. No.
I mean, she can be a little bit pregnant, right?
Either pregnant or you're not.
I'm slightly pregnant. Slightly.
So the market has been saying I'm a little bit pregnant. And it's been doing it for a long time. Like even today, we broke 155 on the long bond futures when we're currently at 155.02 now. I have been warning about this for weeks. I've been telling, I'm seeing 3 or 4 rate hikes this year. No, you're not. As long as these bonds stay above 153, there is no more rate hike coming nowhere out as far as the eye can see. You're done. They can't do it. It's impossible. How can you raise rates when yields are crashing through the floor?
Mm-hmm.
It's impossible. That's like saying, how can a dead man walk? He can't. He's dead. So that whole argument for raising rates right now, as of this moment, is dead. There's a 0% chance of that happening. Well, guess what? Stocks are also expensive. All right. So how is this happening? How is this happening? The Dow was down about 50 points. Now it's only off 3 points. And that is because they are in control of the markets, because they've changed everything over. They pulled the wool over your eyes while you weren't looking and connected everything electronically and turned it into their own blockchain technology, where they control this one. All right, this is an artificial technology. It's not like the original blockchain technology that you can't really manipulate and control. But this one that they create, oh yeah, all types of backdoors and trapdoors. They can do what they want. This can go on forever, people. There is no end in sight unless they want it to be one. Anyone who's calling for a crash in Bitcoin, a crash in stocks, a crash in bonds, a crash in the dollar, they don't know what they're talking about. Nothing will crash unless it's being done on purpose, because they're letting you know, they're showboating now and showing you that they are in complete and utter control of the markets, plural. All the markets.
Sounds like a scene.
All of them. All of them. And they control it.
Hey Dex, I don't want to step in too much of the conversation, but I mean, I think in part the Fed has lost all control of everything. They have no ability anymore to manipulate other than just electronic, right? I mean, they can't.
It's all electronic.
Yeah, it's all electronic. I mean, everything.
But here's what people need to know, though. Not only is it all electronic, but because it's electronic, it has no end. See, back in the day where you had to print money and all this other stuff, then it was different. The accounting was different. Now it's not. They can just say, you need another 5 trillion? Here you go, take it. Okay, I'll push a button, boom. Transfer into the account. It's all zeros and ones. They can give it to anyone. They can decide right now, you know what, we changed our minds. We're going to give every American citizen over the age of 30 $1 million in your bank account. It should be there by tomorrow morning. And that will not crash the economy. It will not do anything to hurt the economy, not one bit. Because they can. They don't have to raise prices after they do that. There's nothing. They can prevent stagflation, inflation, deflation, all of those things. All of the Asian.
Well, at the end of the day, man, it's like what our buddy Charles Hugh Smith always says. What's $20 trillion worth of debt when you got 0% and even zero interest rates? I mean, what is the point, right?
Exactly, and not even that. Remember, I keep telling people this. Normal economics laws and rules do not apply.
Need not apply here.
They don't apply here. No, we're in a different environment. We've never been here before. And that's why people are just scratching their heads like, when is this thing going to fall down? When is the economy going to crash? Nothing can go on like this. Yeah, it can. Because they've been doing it for so long. And they've been showing you that they're in utter and complete control. All right? Look at it this way. I'm going to switch gears just real quick. Look at the world we live in right now, where you can verbally, if you're in the right affiliation, you can verbally assault a sitting U.S. president. You can run threatening ads showing you standing there with his head in your hand. and not be arrested. If this was the 80s, the 90s, the 70s, the 60s, you would not be able to do that. You probably wouldn't even be alive. That is a serious threat. They would have been at your house, picking you up, grabbing you by the meat of your arm, and slamming you in an unmarked, blacked out vehicle, taking you to an undisclosed location for interrogation.
Yep.
But now it's cool to disrespect a sitting president, to threaten a sitting president, and even do defamation of character. They can do any of that stuff. And it's okay. Even refuse, say, I will never meet with the president. So let me get this straight. We have a sitting president, and you say you won't meet with them, even though he says, look, I want to be able to move forward and let's work things out. You're saying, no, you don't even want to work things out. And we live in the same world where if you're a celebrity and you refuse to go along with this boycott, then you will be not only ostracized, but it's career suicide. It is career suicide to become friends with a sitting president, to work with a sitting president, or agree to work with a sitting president. That should tell you what kind of a world we're literally really in, where the people's minds can be twisted and shaped and formed at any moment. All they have to do is run an ad, call it a breaking news special. They even are in control of speech, where they tell you that if it's not MSNBC or any the mainstream media, then it's fake news, and then people will believe it. We even live in a world now that when you do Google searches, depending on what you type in, it will come up fake news.
Yep.
That's a scary thing, that if 20 years ago we were having this conversation, people will be scared to death and say, oh no, that will never happen.
Right.
But it's already here. It's already happening.
Yeah, true story.
And there's nothing that anyone can do about it.
Okay.
You ask yourself a question. Why aren't we stopping any of this stuff? And no crash is coming. Okay, in the live chat. No, I've been saying that forever. There is no collapse because it already happened.
It's
We just
going
wasn't paying
parabolic,
attention.
man.
Everything's going parabolic. It doesn't matter what it is, except for there's an exception. I do believe that there will be minor corrections along the way. If you want to know when the stock market is going to correct and when you should be out, then you need to come to pulsewavetrading.com so you can learn that. If you're too stubborn, or you say I can't afford to go there, well, then you're on your own. But I'll leave you with a butter knife to fight the dragon with, and your butter knife is ticker symbol XIV. XIV.
It's the inverted VIX.
If it loses support and crashes through the floor, and the stock market does not, then you probably want to go ahead and start taking profits in the stock market because a correction is coming. If XIV can't stay up, it's game over. XIV is your canary in the coal mine. When stocks are up, it's supposed to be doing very well. When stocks are down, then it's going to be in a bear market. That's just how it works. XIV is the leader of everything.
Dex, we got about 2 minutes, man. Why don't you plug your trading room, your subscriber services, and your website, and how people get a hold of you?
Yes, pulsewavetrading.com, where you can come and learn how to trade these markets, develop a income stream for you and your family, learn how to take advantage of what's happening with Bitcoin and Ethereum, and learn how to take advantage of the paper markets when the central bank smashed down the precious metals. And all that take advantage of this now will be very happy they did in the near future. You need to invest in yourself. You need to come, and you need to do it now.
Absolutely.
For only $1 million a month. That's a special I'm putting out here for all the listeners of the Terrordome. For only $1 million a month, you can have my services.
That's it.
And that's a discount.
That is a discount.
That's a discount.
Sign me up. And with that being said, guys, I'm V, the Guerrilla Economist. You can find me on RogueMoney.net, Rogue Money Twitter, at the Rogue Money Facebook, Rogue Money Apple News, Rogue Money iTunes, Rogue Money Google Play, Rogue Money Steam It. See, is there anything else we're missing here?
You said Apple, you said Google, Steam It,
Steam
Facebook,
It,
Twitter.
Facebook, Twitter.
I think, I think that pretty much.
Yeah.
And Tony Blaylock. Answer Tony Blaylock's question in the live chat. The answer is yes. I told you in the beginning of the show, they're all involved. China, Russia, you name a sovereign country, they are all involved in the Bitcoin right now.
Oh, hell yeah. They're all in. Chinese are heavy on it. With that being said, we're over and out. Take it away, CJ. I must go to court now. Peace.